kid. I rented it so many times. It's awesome seeing some of the levels I toiled hours over broken into pieces in seconds. But even cooler, hearing from one of the devs. Hearing about the goal of inclusivity in the character voices was a neat insight. Love GDQ, and in the spirit of destroying all the things, kill the animals. And we have $100 from Mark E. Greetings, AGDQ. Been watching all week and loving the runs. This event is always entertaining to watch, and the cause is always terrific. Rare was one of my favorite developers growing up, and I have fond memories of so many of their games. I just found out that my grandpa passed away a few minutes ago from a brain tumor. He had been in pain for months, so hopefully now he can rest in peace. I hope this money will help eradicate this terrible illness. Thank you to everyone involved in putting on this amazing event. In the spirit of preserving life, let's save the animals. Do I still have more? "52 smackaroos from Hirks for Blastcore, the oddly wonderful game that destroyed my N64 joystick and exacerbated my completionist itch. I obsessed for weeks or months until I got that last platinum. You can stop now, but really, don't stop."
Oh boy.
You guys ready? Yeah. All right. 3, 2. You guys ready? You ready? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Go for it. I didn't know if you guys wanted to start from Corneria there. All right, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Fox 64 any percent. The ultimate goal is to complete it as fast as possible. My name is Scott J. Perogan. I'm going down the coach.
Getty this.
Stivity Bobo.
Zallard 1.
And we have the two runners, BeefWellington and DSX Challenger. And it's interesting because this game usually, you look at it and it's like very, very difficult to see where you can save time, when you're playing it by yourself. But in a race, it's very, very interesting to see the two different players we have here have very, very different play styles, which you can kind of like reflect upon the more you watch it. So ultimately right now, going through Corneria, we use a technique called half boosting here. Half boosting saves quite a bit of time overall versus full boosting or not boosting at all.
Like 12 seconds or something?
Yeah, but just about 12 seconds overall. It's very, very interesting. There's a lot of lag reduction that goes along in the run. You'll see the runners go into C-up mode, which is the cognate mode, which usually reduces quite a bit of lag during the duration of the run. And as you can see, the two players are kind of tied right now, but as time goes along, more boss fights occur, all range mode areas happen, you'll see a lot of differences between where the players are.
Yeah, this run is like 70% like super chill like this, but that 30% that's not chill is it's really hard.
Oh, it's absolutely intense, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Hardest speedrun ever.
So the further they go along, you'll notice this basic time differentiates. They're coming up on the boss of the level here, which they use a very interesting quick kill strat for.
Yeah, get the good cutscene and all that stuff.
Yeah. So right now, basically they're just setting up for Katina, which we'll get into it in a little bit, but they need 9 bombs, 2 gold rings, and hyper lasers.
Which are the blue ones.
Yep.
Yup.
All range mode.
Oh yeah, DSX uses the right leg. That's so weird. Oh man.
So as you can clearly see, they are not tied.
100% pure skill right there.
This boss is actually interesting because depending on how you kill it, this cutscene that's going on right now goes slower or faster, and it's kind of a pain in a speedrun because, I don't know, this run's really tight and milliseconds matter, and when you see it lag, it's really frustrating. And it's kind of like unpredictable.
Is the cutscene mostly because of the positions of the ships, or is it
Like
more
your
because of the
teammates
lag?
and like the clouds and stuff or something like that?
While the boss is exploding, if the R-wings are on screen, that can slow down the animation of the explosion.
Right.
But it seems to be like if the slower you kill the boss, the faster the cutscene, so you have to try to find a happy medium.
All right.
So we're coming into Meteor here. Meteor is very, very similar to Cornerian in the sense that you just use the half boost technique, but we do take the warp later on in the level, which you guys will see. But there's a lot of interesting lag reduction strats here, just using cockpit mode as well. The Meteors tend to lag a little bit, so you do want to be careful with those when you're doing your run.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like common knowledge or whatever, but the way this game lags is like the more enemies and obstacles and even lasers that are on screen at one time can cause the game to lag a little bit, right? So they try to minimize that by either looking away from everything with the cockpit mode like you talked about earlier, or like killing enemies before they can fire lasers that cause lag, stuff like that. So they do a lot of really little small adjustments and stuff that maybe go unnoticed by the untrained eye or whatever.
This is true, this is true.
Yes. Good stuff. Oh, we do kill our teammates in this level too. If they are left alive, it can cause some lag during the warp section.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also, I would assume, not preferable to have them at all in Katina.
Yeah. In Katina, if they're there, they can definitely cause some lag. I think we saw that earlier in practice room too. It's like, it's an insane amount too. It's like not even playable.
Yeah, it could be just like any all range mode area, the more I was thinking about it.
For sure. Yeah, Bolsa is the same way.
So is Sector Z. Then I'm thinking about it.
Sector Z though.
Sudden, realization.
Yeah. So I'm killing that peppy kid.
So as you can see, they're already both set up for the 2 gold rings they need for Katina. You're going to have them 9 bombs by the end of it. So Meteor is usually just like a setup stage, really, for Katina, which is where a lot of your big time save, or time lost, depending on how you do it, comes into play.
Oh, Katina.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on in Katina. Did you want to talk about it a little bit?
Do you want? I can go ahead and start explaining if you want. So Katina is the game's 3rd stage. We get there by going through the warp, which you'll see in a minute here. The way that you play through Katina normally, like casually, is you fly around and you kill 10 enemies, right? And that spawns the boss of the stage, the mothership, the great dish, the saucerer. And so it floats to the middle of the stage and it takes forever, and then you watch a cute little cutscene and that takes forever. And then you're supposed to fly around and kill more enemies, and then, and only then, will it expose its weak spots. But somebody discovered that you can actually kill the weak spots in the mothership before the cutscene plays, and it's really hard.
Yeah,
It's
so
really hard to do.
the hatches are still loaded.
Yeah.
Like, you can actually still damage them, not with lasers, but with bombs.
So what we try to do in this stage is if we can kill all 4 of the hatches before the cutscene plays, it skips the cutscene, and obviously a lot of time you spend fighting the boss, you don't have to do or whatever. The problem with this strategy is it's, like I said, you can't see them. So like we have a setup, but it's kind of inconsistent because there's a little bit of RNG with enemy placement. So, and the gold ring they have to pick up. So we have a setup, but it's a little inconsistent, and you have to kind of like play it by ear and make little adjustments while you're actually doing it. But the idea is to just like try to skip this cutscene, and it saves like 30 seconds to a minute depending on how good at the stage you are. There are like backup strategies and stuff too, but they're not, they're not really preferable.
Yeah, it's also pretty difficult because the hatch, like the way the boss approaches the middle of the stage, it rotates.
Yeah, it rotates.
So all of the hatches also rotate. So it can be a little difficult to keep track of it.
Yeah. But like knowing that they rotate, you can kind of guess where they would be if you miss one or something like that. All right, let's go. Let's get 4 hatches. This stage is so frustrating, like almost all of the resets for running this game are on this stage, I feel like.
So they both got the gold ring, so they both have enough health to go for the 4 hatch strat.
Yeah. DSX got tagged by one of the enemies. I'm not sure if that'll come into play at all.
No, only if he has to do 5 somersaults.
Okay.
So they are kamikazing into the mothership in order to try to damage the hatches. Getting 4 is obviously preferable, but it's still like workable if they only get 2.
Yeah, as long as you get 2, what happens is the cutscene will play. But you get, all right, so both of them didn't get the full 4 hatches, so they both get the cutscene.
Normally we would obviously be able to skip this if they had gotten the 4 hatches, but it's not a big deal.
I believe it was X2 who found the 4 hatch technique. If
No, I found the 4 hatch technique.
Okay. All right.
He played with what was it, Game Shark with an infinite health cheat, and he was the first one to like go like, hey, you actually could kill them, possibly.
I think in the 3DS version you can do that too, but I haven't really played it much because that's a bad game. So Beef has finished the level.
So typically you can kill the core with 1 bomb. Unfortunately, DSX missed it, so it puts in behind just a tad, but there's plenty of time to be saved later on in Bowls, which is the next all-rage mode area that's coming up.
Well, actually, it's Sector Z.
Well, actually, if you want to be technical about it.
Super technical, dude. The level order, I think, is not very technical.
Sector Z is not a real level, let's be real.
Yeah, no. That's the check your phone level. JK, this whole game is a check your phone. No, it's an auto-scroller, no. Just kidding, I didn't mean that.
Yeah. So as you can see, there's clearly a significant amount of time between the 2 players at this point. But yeah, plenty of time to be made up, plenty of time to be lost.
Don't go to solar. Alright.
Yeah.
We're in there. Sector X is another kind of like auto-scrolly level where there's not... Like, most of the work that goes into Sector X is reducing lag, because the stage is pretty bad at times.
Yeah, the only other variance really is the gates.
Yeah, the gates.
So you want to go to Sector Z from Sector X, and the way to do that is to take a left at a fork that's coming up eventually. And then there's these 4 square gates that you have to shoot a bunch, and if they open and you fly through it, then it hits like a trigger, and you hit 4 of them, and you start the warp sequence.
Yeah.
So if you don't open the door and fly through it, then it misses the trigger, like it's just not there. So gotta make sure you get that.
Yeah, it's good because that you went to Katina beforehand, because you do get Bill to help you with the warp a little bit,
Yeah,
at least for
that's
the
true.
first 2 gates.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you do sacrifice that later on when you go to Bowls and Star Wolf shows up. But that is not really any part of an issue.
It's also pretty fortunate that despite losing your wings in Katina, there's
Yeah.
plenty of options to get your lasers back, especially because they don't really matter too much until you get to the gates, and there's plenty of time to get that back.
Yeah, not having hyper lasers at the gate is unfortunate. Feels like your thumb's falling off just trying to get it open. Oh, mashing works in this game in a very interesting way. When you press the A button on your N64 controller, you actually let out 3 laser shots. So when they're like shooting at something, they're not actually just non-stop mashing the controller. They're actually timing it to where they're getting a consecutive amount of lasers.
Yeah, there's a certain rhythm to it. It takes a bit of practice, but it is pretty helpful for situations.
It's
like
not
that.
as fast as you would think, too. Like, I thought it was way faster. But I was wrong. Getting the gates here while you're simultaneously trying to boost is also really difficult if you want to, like, get your optimal boosting while also mashing. It's pretty hard, but it looks like Beef is able to get most of them, all of them, maybe.
Ooh, that was close.
Sorry, mate.
That was also close.
I like to cut these really, really close. It's really bad.
The way you play is like a crazy person.
No, all risk, all reward. That's how you gotta play it. So this is the last warp of the game. They're always like kind of trippy, but
Yeah.
I remember this one being really, really dangerous when I was younger. Like,
Yeah, you might bunk your little wings there.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, especially 100%. Yeah.
Ooh. So usually when you get here, at least in any percent, there's a chance of death if you have not so much health.
Yeah,
So,
the way is since we're boosting forward through all the gate mashing that you saw earlier, we do end up sometimes taking a lot of damage because there's like explosions that are really just for show, but then like if you're boosting through them, obviously you get hurt by them, so your health can take quite a dip.
That's not something that's talked about a lot. Like, because of the fact that you're constantly moving forward, and I know it doesn't look like it's much when you're playing the game or watching it, but there's a lot of stuff that happens and that can damage you when it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of like cutscene skip overs where like one character will start talking and the other character will
Yeah.
like, cut them off randomly. That kind of stuff happens.
This game is weird. So coming up is Sector Z. It's the most interesting stage of the entire game.
Yeah.
The way it works is the fastest way to complete this level is to actually fail it by letting this missile that comes in actually hit the Great Fox. And it's very sad, but it's the fastest way to finish the level. The reason we're killing the teammates here, there's actually a couple reasons. Number one is because Falco is actually semi-competent, he can sometimes destroy the laser that we want to hit the Great Fox, and obviously we don't want that to happen. So we just kill him. The other reason that we kill him here is, again, to reduce lag in the next stage.
And when you shoot the teammates, it actually causes lag. So
Yeah.
you want to try to
Shoot them
kill them
past
when they're
the-
away from enemies to avoid any lag, and try to not shoot as many lasers.
Oh boy. And then, like, the way the missile comes in, there's no triggers. You don't have to, like, kill any enemies to spawn it or whatever. You just have to wait. So
yeah, it's a set timer.
fly around, look at the stars or whatever.
Yeah, this would be a good time for any donation comments if we have any.
All right. So we have a anonymous $52.63 donation. Thank you all for doing Games Done Quick. It's great to see how gaming fans can put on such a wonderful event for a good cause. Good luck to all the speedrunners, and greetings from Germany.
Six missile coming from the left. Missile 1 is heading for Great Fox.
I also have a $10 donation from Randall. Shout out to the runners. Star Fox was one of the first video games I played thanks to my grandfather. He was the original nerd of the family, and when I visited him, we would always play Star Fox 64. Thanks to him, my passion for gaming began, and I'm thankful for all the people I've met in my life. Sadly, though, he passed away in 2008 from cancer, so in remembrance of him, I have Wolf O'Donnell tattooed on me. Sorry that this isn't much, but it's all I could afford until Friday. Thanks for the event for a great cause. I would like $10 to go to BeefWellington's Choice.
Distance 20.
There is like a small, tiny little baby cutscene skip that happens here. If you're looking at the Great Fox, it saves like 2 seconds. If you're not looking at the Great Fox, the camera has to like kind of show you what's going on for a second first. So that's why Beef was like crashing into it or whatever.
It always looks really cool because it looks like you were crashing into
Oh,
it and
yeah.
taking up its way.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like all sorts of craziness. You just kamikaze in that thing.
Oh yeah. This is like the saddest cutscene in any game ever. You got that failure music playing and stuff.
Is everything okay?
And all your teammates are dead.
Left section of the ship.
So the next stage coming up is Bulls, which I think is like the most technical, I guess, level in this game. I think it's harder than Katina.
Docking bay.
Because like Katina is really kind of RNG, but this is, well, this is too, I guess, isn't it? Anyway, there's a lot going on in Bulls. Kill 6 towers, get 10 kills, and kill the core, but it's a lot harder to do it quickly.
Yeah, with Pulse, you kill the towers, and then from there, you need to kill 10 enemies, or else you don't get the core to appear. And you need to be a certain distance away from the core when that happens, because it has 8 rotating panels on it.
Yep.
And optimally, what you'd like to do is kill them all in one pass. So you're facing it, you kill every single one before you have to turn back around and kill whatever's left.
The force field is disappearing.
Oh man. So getting this 10 kills is a little RNG with enemy placement. Ideally, you want to like throw a bomb and get a bunch of kills, but that doesn't really happen the way you want it to most of the time.
That's true. As you can see, they use charge shots to take care of like those things on the ground where you see DSX is shooting at. You get a hit +1 every time you kill something with a charge shot or hit it in its general radius.
Nice core, dude.
Nice, very
nice.
nice core.
Just what I need to see. Star Wars.
So hype, dude. Looks like the DSX didn't get the one pass, but it's all good. That's only like, what, 6 seconds or something like that. So this is the last stage of the game, it's Venom. We're going through Venom 1, so unfortunately we don't get the real ending. We don't get to see Dad or the brain, but we do get Golem, which is everybody's favorite.
Yeah, that boss.
So you'll see the runners coming up to a few different paths they can take. I believe they take the all left path,
Yep.
correct? It's the fastest one.
Yep.
Come on, Scrub Lord. Thought you ran this game, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do 100%. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad, dog.
Don't you go through this level in 100%?
Nope.
No, you don't. You go Venom
actually.
2.
You go to Venom 2.
Oh. Shows
So-
how much I
We do usually kill those enemies there on that left fork because they all shoot lasers at once and it causes like a lot of lag. So that's why he was killing enemies there. Normally we don't really try to kill too many enemies. The explosions of the ships that die can cause lag and it's just like, you don't really want to be moving around much at all. Because you'll go faster if you don't, I don't know.
Yeah, generally, like, if you have the option to move, then generally you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's very, very slightly faster. I'm not sure by how much, but yeah. But obviously you need to move in some instances, like, if the lag would be overwhelming if you didn't move, or if there's just a lot of obstacles where you would probably lose a wing.
Alright, coming up is the mini-boss, Golem. Golem is not fun sometimes.
Yeah, he's got several different sections of his body that you have to shoot off.
Including his butt. So, like, you have to try to get as close as possible to him, but he spawns these, like, bar things that get in your way sometimes. And if we take any damage during this tunnel section, that could be bad for the next section because we purposefully crash into some gate thingies to go faster. So
Golmec can sometimes make or break your run,
Oh yeah,
depending
for
on whether
sure.
or not you get a
Yeah.
decent, good cycles on it.
There's some glitch where he could just like keep running for minutes.
I don't want to talk about that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we figured out that happens if you keep boosting
Yeah.
during the animation.
I don't know if that's necessarily true though.
There's a lot of stuff in that game that will soft lock it, when you just boost into it. Like
Yeah.
the one in Zonus, you boost into it too much.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
you won't spawn the exhaust pipes. It'll just stay down. You can't go.
Don't you break during that anyway though to get?
Yeah, well, that's with the crane.
No.
But yeah.
Wow. This is a good game right here.
So yeah, what you have to do here is basically crash through a few walls, but your wings both have 3 health. Once you hit that laser pickup, though, it replenishes them, but if you get hit too many times on your wings, you'll lose them, and you kind of need hyper lasers for Andross for a fast fight.
Not if you're in expert mode, though. Your wings are made out of paper mache.
Yeah, you get 1 hit for each wing in expert.
Oh my gosh, Andross's face is so gross looking.
All right,
dude.
time is going to be coming up here soon. As soon as Andross, the robot explosion happens, that's when the time will be.
Yeah, not this.
Not this one.
But right after.
Time.
There you go.
Is a pretty solid run other than that Katina, yeah, I know.
Time for him.
Well, that's Star Fox 64.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure
Yeah.
to follow everyone on Twitter and Twitch. Enjoy the rest of your days.
This game is really easy to pick up, so if anybody out there would like to learn it, perhaps. All of us are on Twitter and Twitch, and we're all super friendly and nice.
Yep, we have our own Discord server that you guys are more than welcome to direct message or any of us, and we'll give you the information for that as well. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you guys for that race. That was great. Coming up soon now, we have a Banjo-Kazooie 80% run. And we have... All right. All right, the AGDQ 2016 live stream is powered by Twitch. Twitch is the world's leading social video platform and community for gamers. We're going to go into a commercial here, so we'll see you guys in just a minute. We have a $20 anonymous donation. Woke up in the middle of the night just to see this run. So excited to see Star Fox at a GDQ again. It's still my favorite and one of the first games I have fond memories of. Great to see a run of it. We have a $10.64 donation from Seppuku. I guess I should be thankful to the announcer for reading this donation. Star Fox 64 was one of the first games I beat on the N64 and is still a favorite of all time. Shout out to my manager Eric for his undying love of Star Fox, who is the only person I know who loves the game more than me, and who also has to deal with me in the morning after being up all night to watch this run. You have $32 from Lilat. Great run, guys. Only you two have the brains to rule Lilat. This goes to Beef's Choice. We have a $5 donation from Enlighten. Thanks to all the organizers and